Hello and welcome to another episode of Read by Ed. Today's book review is number 8, and this is John Maxwell's book, How Successful People Think. So glad to have you all here with me as I preview this book, or review this book, which would actually be the review. You guys would be a preview for you all who haven't read it yet. But thank you once again for being here. Let's get started. First question, was the book easy to read? Yes, it was easy to read. Now, with that said, if you are a note taker, please get ready to take notes. Even though this book is small, it's a very small book, it is loaded, absolutely loaded with gems. So it was easy to read, but I found myself taking a massive amount of notes from this book. Where did I get it from? The Lawrence Public Library. Support your public libraries. Summary of the book. John Maxwell is an incredible author on leadership, and the book, as it is titled, takes us into different ways that successful people think. Now, one major piece he hits on throughout the book is that thinking is a discipline. So not only does he push you to think deeper and bigger, but he pushes you to create time, to create space for your thinking. Almost in a sense as you would exercise, hobbies, whatever it may be, but creating opportunity and creating space and creating a habit, the discipline of thinking and focused thinking. So takeaways and benefits, it's actually the way the book is written. The book is written and it touches on 11 different ways of thinking. I just love it because it's very intentional, it's very beneficial. So the reader reads that chapter. Not only do you read and learn, but it helps you evaluate yourself and find the things that you need to put into your life to be a better thinker. Here are the 11 different aspects of thinking covered. Big picture thinking, focused thinking, creative thinking, realistic thinking, strategic thinking, possibility thinking, reflective thinking, popular thinking, shared thinking, unselfish thinking, and bottom line thinking. So the book is written like that, and that's one of the biggest benefits or takeaways that I got from it. I was able to dive in, or if you ever want to get the book and then go back and look at things that you feel like you need to get better at, or others can get better at, or can benefit others, that's a great piece of the book. What stood out most to me was that John Maxwell said that we need to create agendas as we go to meetings. And in creating these agendas, I did this, and it's helped me so much. When I think, my thoughts go a lot of different places, or I'll go to a meeting and forget what I wanted to talk about or what questions I want to answer. But when I create these agendas going into any meeting I go to, it allows me to put my questions down. And if I'm holding the meeting, I'm able to share what the meeting is going to be about with others. Therefore, we get what we need done, and we take advantage of everyone's time. Practical steps I learned from this book: create shared thinking opportunities, get the right people around the table, and compensate good thinkers and collaborators well. I feel that these are things that can be done in any place. I think there's a lot of time that there's decision makers or people who thinking we get the wrong people in the wrong room. I think there's opportunities, there's incredible thinkers in every facet, and no matter education, experience, title, whatever it may be, you got to get the right thinkers for that, whatever you're handling in the room. Get them around the table, create the shared spaces so that others know that they're valued. And then when someone is well, compensate good thinkers and collaborators. I'm a huge believer in that. Compensate the value that people bring to you. How to implement it, or implementation of this book. There's so much to unload in this book, but the biggest thing you can implement is getting the right thinkers in the right place. And those right thinkers thinking about the right thing. Like as I shared earlier, there's 11 facets of thinking that are covered in this book, but you got to get the right people there to talk about what's needed. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Read by Ed, book review number 8, John Maxwell's How Successful People Think. It's an incredible book. Once again, I'll leave you with the 11 different facets or aspects of thinking that is in this book. Big picture thinking, focused thinking, creative thinking, realistic thinking, strategic thinking, possibility thinking, reflective thinking, popular thinking, shared thinking, unselfish thinking, bottom line thinking. If you want to grow in thinking or thought process, your discipline as a thinker, as a leader, this is definitely a book you need to read. Have a great one. John Maxwell, How Successful People Think, has been read by Ed. Boom.